So apparently mainstream media is trying to write off the movie Sound of Freedom as QAnon. And if you're wondering what QAnon is, it basically means that it's based on a conspiracy theory or saying that the harsh reality behind the movie is made up. Now, personally, I've seen the articles and the news stories about this being QAnon. But let's hear from Tim Ballard. This is the man who the movie and the story was inspired and based upon.
Hey guys, so you might have seen some of the mainstream media has attacked Sound of Freedom, calling it a QAnon kind of adjacent movie. I'm not sure what that even means. But a fun fact for you is that Sound of Freedom was actually produced and written 5 to 7 years ago, before any of us even knew what QAnon is. I still don't know what it is, and yet I'm attached to it. This is actually a true story. It's based on a true story. In fact, the mainstream media back in October of 2014, when the big operation went down, that's being depicted in the film, they promoted it. They were the ones that announced it to the world. They all agreed with me and everyone else that child trafficking is real, that it's really happening. Fast forward 8 years, and they seem to want to discredit what they were saying before.
54 boys and girls aged 11 to 18 were ushered in for what had been billed as a sex party. They were given candy and drinks and told to wait in this small room.
This little 11-year-old boy, I remember, he asked one of my operatives if they could give him some cocaine or something. He said, they usually give me something because I'm really scared.
By the time the deal was done, the alleged traffickers were set to make $25,000. That transaction was never completed. 25 Colombian special operatives stormed the party, arresting 5 suspects, 4 men and 1 former beauty queen, all charged with child trafficking. The victims, 29 of whom are under 18, were evacuated, given medical exams, and placed in a rehabilitation center where specialists are working to undo the damage.
Right before I got in the boat, we had to walk by this room where the kids were, and they put their hand up. And I touched their hand and see that there's liberation now.
Liberating one child at a time.
But these are real kids. They're young adults now. I know them. They're going to be coming out soon and telling their stories. So it's going to be really awkward if the mainstream media wants to attack them and calling them QAnon and somehow discrediting the stories of survivors.
I got a lot more I want to share on this topic. I want to share how there are certain movie theaters that are actually preventing people from going to see this movie after they've bought tickets.
So my fiance and I just watched the movie Sound of Freedom that exposes sex traffickers. And do you want to tell them what happened in the movie theater?
All right, AMC, I don't know what's going on here, but first off,
I also want to share why mainstream media and reputable businesses like Rolling Stone, like The Guardian, like Washington Post would ever try and dismiss this movie and this story as a conspiracy theory. There's a reason behind it. I also want to get into QAnon and the truth behind that, what is true and what is not true, but I am not going to do it here on these social media platforms. They're already restricting my accounts. They're already shadow banning me. So head over to patreon.com/Robin Martyr. It is my private platform where I can just say it how it is and to speak freely without having the concerns of being banned and blocked. So head over. I'm excited to finish this conversation with you all. Head over, subscribe, and I will see you there. As always, God bless and shalom.